यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन बल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन बल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवाजकाचार्य श्रुतोशत श्री श्रीमद इज डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम की जय। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriye Nashte Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Canto 10, Chapter 1, text number 64. The chapter is entitled Introduction, the Advent of Lord Krishna, Introduction. Text number 64. 64 it is. Yesterday it did something else. Okay. Etat kamsaya bhagavan Etat kamsaya bhagavan Chamsas abhayeta Chamsas abhayeta narada Bhumir bharayanamam Detenam cha vadhoyamam Etat kamsaya bhagavan Chasam abhayeta narada Bhumir bharayanamam Detyanam cha vadhoyanam Etat kamsaya bhagavan Chasam abhayeta narada Bhumir bharayamam Detenam cha vadhoyamam Etat kamsaya bhagavan Chamsas abhayeta narada Bhumir bharayamananam Detyanam cha vadhoyamam Etat kamsaya bhagavan Chasam abhayeta narada Bhumir bharayamanam Detyanam cha vadhoyamam Etat kamsaya bhagavan Asam sabhita narada Bhumir bharaya mananam दैत्यानां च वधूयमाम् एतत् कंसाय भगवान् शाम् अभीत नारदा भूमिर्भराय मानानां दैत्यानां च वधूयमाम् एतत्. All these words about the Yadu family and Vrishni family. Kamsaya, unto King Kansa, Bhagavan, the most powerful representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sasama, informed Kamsa, who was in doubt. Abhyeta, after approaching him. Narada, the great sage Narada. Bhume, on the surface of the earth. Bharaya Mananam, of those who were a burden. Daityanam cha, and of the demons. Vadha Udaimam, the endeavor to kill. Translations and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Once, the great Saint Narada approached Kansa and informed him of how the demoniac persons who were a great burden on the earth were going to be killed. Thus, Kamsa was placed into great fear and doubt. Purport. It has already been discussed that Mother Earth implored Lord Brahma to give her relief from the distress created by the burdensome demons, and that Lord Brahma informed her that Lord Krishna himself was going to appear. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text number 8, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samstaya anarthaya sambhavani yuge yuge. Whenever there is a burden created by the demons, and whenever the innocent devotees are distressed by demoniac rulers, the Lord appears in due course of time to kill the demons with the assistance of his real representatives, who are technically called demigods. In the Upanishads, it is stated that the demigods are different parts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As it is the duty of the parts of the body to serve the whole, it is the duty of Krishna's devotees to serve Krishna as he wants. Krishna's business is to kill the demons, and therefore this should be a devotee's business also. Because the people of Kali Yuga are fallen, however, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of kindness for them, did not bring any weapon to kill them. Rather, by spreading Krishna consciousness, love of Krishna, he wanted to kill their nefarious demoniac activities. This is the purpose of the Krishna consciousness movement. Unless the demoniac activities on the surface of the world are diminished or vanquished, no one can be happy. The program for the conditioned soul is fully described in Bhagavad Gita, and one simply has to follow these instructions to become happy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore prescribed Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama va kevalam, kalau nastyeva, 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 gatir anyatha. Let people chant the Hare Krishna mantra constantly. Then their demoniac tendencies will be killed, and they will become first-class devotees, happy in this life and in the next. Om Agyantimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaya Ivacha Patita Nam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna. So we are getting ready for Krishna's arrival, and the great saint Narad, who is a very, very compassionate soul, and he is one of our Mahajans and a great Vaishnava. So he is playing a very important role in this pastime. So a question comes up that why did Narad approached Kansa at this particular time? If we go back a little bit, we know that the sister of Kansa, Devaki, she married Vasudev, and Kansa was driving them in his own chariot to Vasudev's palace when a voice from the sky predicted that the 8th child of Devaki is going to be the cause of death of Kansa, which changed the entire scene. So Kansa was immediately ready to kill Devaki. And Vasudev, in that situation, tried all kind of acts to protect his wife. He preached Kansa, he talked philosophy, he did whatever he could, he gave logic, and eventually he promised that these are the children of Devaki are going to be the ones who, or the 8th child is the one who is going to kill Kansa. But as a, let's say a goodwill gesture, he even agreed to bring and hand over all the other children as well who were born before the 8th child. The first 7 child also he would bring to Kansa and hand them over to him. And Kansa can do whatever he wants to do. So when the first child was born, Vasudev, as promised, brought the child to Kansa. And Kansa, he was though a great demon, but he was so moved by Vasudev's, Vasudev kept his word and Vasudev's act, that he had, somewhere a slight compassion in his heart that this is not the child who is going to kill me. So he was even like hesitant to, do anything to that child. He wanted to let him go. And at this stage, Narad appears there. And now there are 2 reasons or purposes why Narad Rishi appeared in the assembly of Kansa. So one was to quicken the arrival of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And second was that Kansa should not be here on this planet for long. So he wanted to achieve that, he came and he shared something in a very, very confidential way, or something which was very confidential with Kansa. And he says when he was, moving around, he saw that there was an assembly of the demigods in which they were discussing about their plans, how to, get the earth, how to get rid of all the demons from earth. And they said, he shared that Lord Vishnu is going to come and he's going to kill all the demons who are here. So when Kansa heard this, and he kind of, created a lot of fear in his mind. So Kansa then started thinking that Vishnu has played a lot of tricks in the past. And he may, though it has been predicted that it will be the 8th child who will be the cause of his death, but, why take a chance? Even the earlier children of Devaki Vishnu can disguise and come as first or second or third child or fourth child and can be the reason for Kansa's killing. So at that time, he decided to kill all the children born from the womb of Devaki. Now, there was a reason why Narad wanted him to do that, because Kansa could be killed after he has accumulated or accrued so many sinful acts. And if he was not going to kill those children, the first 7 children, then the credits, sinful credits will not be sufficient for him to be killed immediately. So this was, part of the Leela, and Narad then, after hearing Narad, he was, in great fear, and then he thought that just to not take any chances, and let's get rid of all the children who are going to be born. So that's what happened. Now, the other part of the translation of the verse is that Kansa was placed into great fear and doubt. So we just saw that because after hearing that all the demons will be killed, the Lord wants to get rid of all of them from the surface of this planet. Kansa was really in great fear. And the other part is the doubt part. So he couldn't really trust anybody. After hearing Narad, he didn't know whom to trust and whom not to trust. So he didn't want, like I said earlier, he didn't want to really take any chances, and he was so fearful because of his material attachments. Kansa has accumulated a lot of wealth. He was the king, the king of the, I shouldn't say demons, but he was the king, the great king, and so many rulers and kings were, subordinated to him. So he felt that if he would be killed, he won't be able to enjoy what all he has accumulated. So he was in great fear and really was wondering how he should be conducting himself so that he is safe. So when we are reading the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, as a matter of fact, it is Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 4, text number 8, that whenever there is a burden created by the demons, and whenever the innocent devotees are distressed by demonic rulers, the Lord appears in due course of time to kill the demons with the assistance of his real representatives, who are technically called demigods. So, in this Leela, we will see that Krishna appeared not only to kill Kansa, but he killed so many other demons also. So that was the major, activity the Lord did while he was in Mathura and Gokul area. So now, why all these things happened that way? Who was Kansa, and who were these 6 children who were born out of the womb of Devaki? Are you familiar with it? I'm asking you. If you know the story, then I don't have to. Okay, then I can share that with you. So there was a king in Bhoja dynasty, Ugrasen, who married Padmavati. So Padmavati was a very, very beautiful and chaste woman. So once, she took permission from her husband to visit her father. And Ugrasen, he permitted her to go and visit her parents and her friends from wherever she was. So while she was in her parents' house, together with her friends, she went to a very nice garden. And while she was there, a demon, he was flying over in his aircraft. And when he saw Padmavati, his desires were instigated. So by virtue of his mystic powers, he was able to find out who her husband was. Then he disguised himself as Ugrasen, who was the real husband of Padmavati, and approached her. And he approached her in a very, very lustful manner, and Padmavati couldn't really resist, and he enjoyed with her. So during that act, or after the act, she realized that this was not her husband, because the way her husband would behave would be very different. So she said that you are not my husband, you are somebody else, and I am going to curse you. You have violated the chastity of a woman, you are going to be cursed. So the demon said that you are not such a chaste woman, because if you were chaste, you would be with your husband and not here. And in any case, I have planted a child in your womb. And so that child was Kansa. And who was Kansa in his previous life? He was another demon by the name Kamneni. Correct, Prabhu? Kamneni? Kalnemi. Kalnemi was the name, was Kansa's, previous life's name. So, in which he was killed by, actually he was killed by Vishnu even in that lifetime. But so he had 6 sons who did certain acts because of which they were cursed. And the curse was that they would be killed by their own father. So Kalnemi was born as Kansa, and those 6 sons of Kalnemi, they appeared they were born as son of Devaki. So because the curse was that they will be killed by their own father, so Kalnemi was their father in the previous lifetime, and Kansa was the same person as Kalnemi. So when these children were born, one after the other, they were killed by him. So that was his kind of previous lifetime story. And so this is what is the story part. But when we go to purport by Srila Prabhupada, it is again Prabhupada is mentioning and as a matter of fact encouraging us how to conduct ourselves in today's age. So Prabhupada says that because the people of Kali Yuga are fallen, however, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of kindness for them, did not bring any weapon to kill them. Rather, by spreading Krishna consciousness, love of Krishna, he wanted to kill their nefarious demoniac activities. So if we go back to where this particular chapter starts, that the demigods together with Bhumi Devi, with Mother Earth, went to the Lord and requested him to come. Then, and also, so that was one request from Brahma and demigods. Then Narad also visited them later on. So that was one pastime when Krishna appeared and killed the demons. He killed Kansa, and we know that pastime. Then afterwards, Narad observed that people on this planet were really, they have forgotten the Lord, and they were all engaged in mostly sinful activities, and they were no, can say, scope of they're going to go back to Godhead. So, and Narad being, like we said in the beginning, a compassionate person, he went to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and shared what he has been observing on earth. So the Lord said that I would appear, and when I appear this time, it will be, I will come, and what I am going to offer to the living entities in Kali Yuga will be very, very simple to accomplish. And the Lord appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and when he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he distributed something which was very easy for all of us to follow, that is chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Prabhupada says that just by chanting the holy name, we cannot be happy until and unless the demonic activities on the surface of the world are diminished or vanquished. So when Krishna came, he killed all these demons. But all these demons, they live as, or there are other things like we have anger, envy, pride, ego, all these things, we still have them. And they are representatives of some one demon or the other. And now, in our lifetime, how do we get rid of all these demons? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributed the holy name of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada asked us to chant the holy name of the Lord, because by this method only we can get rid of these so-called demons or demonic tendencies which we have. And it couldn't have been simpler than what is prescribed here. We say that this is the Kali Yuga. We have passed approximately 5,500 years of Kali Yuga, and approximately 427,000 more years have to pass. But this is also, life is not fun in Kali Yuga, but this particular period is called the golden period of Kali Yuga. Why? Because never it was so easy to connect with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the previous yugas, the devotees and the living entities, they had to do much more and more difficult austerities to connect with the Supreme Personality. But in Kali Yuga, especially after Lord Chaitanya came, he gave the holy name of the Lord as the Yuga Dharma. It is so easy that just by chanting that Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we can get rid of all these anarthas which we have acquired. We can get rid of all these demonic tendencies which are there in our hearts, and gradually we can purify ourselves, we can purify our thought process, we can purify our hearts, and we can chant better. And by chanting better, what is going to happen? Srila Prabhupada says that we will be happy in this life and in the next. He says very, very clearly, I'm just repeating Srila Prabhupada's words, that let people chant the Hare Krishna mantra constantly. Then their demonic tendencies will be killed and they will become first-class devotees. So a number of times a question comes up in our discussion and also, talking to other devotees, that how can I become a better devotee? We all want to become better, correct? So Srila Prabhupada has given us the answer to that. It is so simple. He says, chant the Hare Krishna mantra constantly, then their demonic tendencies will be killed and they will become first-class devotees. So, and when we become better devotees, when we become first-class devotees, Prabhupada says, we'll be happy in this life and we'll be happy in the next life. So, it is a fairly simple method which has been prescribed by Srila Prabhupada to make it very easy for us, and we could, from under the guidance of Vaishnavas, our spiritual master, follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions and be happy. Yeah. So I guess I do not have anything else to add. Feel free, please, to comment or add, or if there are any questions, please feel free.
I was just thinking, if you know in the past time, and you narrated, how Kansa took birth, how's that Maharaj Ugrasena accepted Kansa once, he found out, if he find out, that he was not his child.
I don't know that part about Agrisena, but one of the, when Narad Rishi met Kansa, this was one of the secrets which he disclosed to Kansa, that Ugrasena is not his real father. So, and it is said that after that he felt that he put Ugrasena in prison, correct? And because he felt that Ugrasena is not his father, so he didn't feel that guilt, that guilt feeling by putting him in the prison. So this was disclosed to him by Narad, but I don't know how was the other side, how Ugrasena reacted to that part. No.
Did Padmavati curse the demon?
So Padmavati cursed the demons in a way that in the dynasty of Yadus or Rishni, or somebody should be born who is going to kill all these demons. So, yes, she did curse that. His name was Tirumala. I think the demon's name was Tirumala or Trumula, like that.
And I can remember what was the offense of the children of Kalanemi that have to be killed. Or no, they were not the children, isn't it? They were the children of Marichi or something like that? That they got cursed. What was the situation?
Okay, so before that, they were the sons of Marichi. So when they were, Marichi's son of Lord Brahma. So when in that lifetime of theirs, they saw Lord Brahma doing something inappropriate. When they were sons of Marichi, they saw Lord Brahma. Brahma was engaged in some activity which they felt, these sons of Marichi felt was inappropriate. And they made fun of Brahma. And they didn't, act with him in a proper manner. So because of that, they were cursed to become the sons of Kalanemi. That was one part. Then when they were sons of Kalanemi, they did another thing. They prayed to Lord Brahma. This is what I heard. They prayed to Lord Brahma, and their grandfather was Hiranyakashipu. So they were in that family. So Hiranyakashipu was very angry that how could they pray to Lord Brahma, how could they worship him without his permission. And he cursed them that they would be killed by their own father. So that's, it is very sometimes interesting and sometimes little bit complex connections are there in these stories or in these pastimes, that why he did certain things and what were the consequences in their future lifetimes of those activities. So one thing which I also heard that Brahma was, which is a point of application, that sometimes we may see that great devotees, they are doing certain things which to us may appear inappropriate, and we may react in a way which is offensive to them. We may disrespect them, we may make fun of them, we may not appropriately react to those situations. So the learning thing is that we have to be very careful when we are dealing or when we are approaching a great devotee of the Lord or a senior Vaishnava, because we are not really able to, at least I can talk for myself, I may not be so qualified to understand the real significance of the act in which they are involved. And because I'm not qualified, I don't have those qualifications, and I may conduct myself in an inappropriate way. And if I do that, I'm really going to face the reactions of my act. And this is exactly what happened here with sons of Marichi. So be very, very careful and respectful towards the senior Vaishnavas, the people who are good devotees of the Lord. We have to deal with them very, very carefully, with a lot of respect.
Just thinking further on that, although, so it's the irony of that Kamsa was afraid of, what the message was that the demigods are taking birth, in the dynasty of the Vrishnis and the Yadus. And so these children who were previously his own children were, they were not, well, were they demigods, or were they considered, they regained their position as a son of Marichi? Because, or they were considered, that maybe not, they were not demigods.
So in the previous verse, it is described that even those who helped Kansa, who were on Kansa's side, even they were demigods, but they were assigned a role by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that those roles are being assigned by keeping in mind the nature of the person and also their own activities, their own karmas in their previous lifetimes. So this is because they were son of Marichi, they were son of a great devotee of the Lord, of a very, very qualified rishi. But because they offended or they did something which was offensive towards Lord Brahma, they had to undergo all this. We have other examples also. We have example even of Narad. We speak so much about Narad, correct? Narad is, like I said, he is one of our Mahajans and such a great devotee. So the story goes that when Brahma was assigned the task of populating the planet, he asked his sons to go get married and have children. But Narad was he didn't want to get involved in the Grihastha life. He wanted to stay a devotee as a brahmachari, and he wanted to stay and engage in devotional services. Then Brahma was very upset with his son, and he cursed him. So the first curse was that he would be born in the family of Gandharvas, and he will be. So he was born in the family of Gandharvas. That was the first curse. Then I think when Narad pleaded with his father after he was cursed that he is not being fair to him, then he says, okay, in your next lifetime after that, you will be born as the servant of as the son of a maid servant, and then you will come in contact with the great Vaishnavas and you will serve them, and by their benediction you will become in your future life Narad, the Narad whom we saw as Narad, about whom we talk. So even he was cursed, and he was cursed not for a abominable act. His only can say offense was that he did not follow the instructions of his father. He wanted to stay as a brahmachari so that he could fully engage in the devotional service. He didn't want to get married and produce children. So it is very interesting when we read Srimad Bhagavatam that how even devotees get cursed, and for some of them how that curse works out well for their future life. They are able to, even though it was a curse, they were able to take advantage of it and use it to their own benefit, to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. Any other comments, questions? Okay. Thank you so much. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.